Hello everybody, Mitzi Cruz here. I'm here with Lincoln Live, and today we are here with the lovely Keela Clark, and she's representing Stewart Title. So we're going to learn a little bit more about title, escrow, what purpose they serve as far as real estate transactions, refinances, and just how they're here to serve you, the public, with any questions or issues that you might have in regards to your home. So Keela, can you please start off by telling us just a little bit about yourself?
Yes, I would be glad to. I moved to Lincoln in 2006, so I have a passion to be here in the community. I am a mother and a grandmother, and I used to serve as a planning commissioner for the city of Lincoln, and I sit on a couple of the oversight boards for the school district, and I'm still on the board of directors for Placer Land Trust. So I am enthusiastic about serving in my own community. We had a passion a long time ago, me and a friend of mine, about making sure there was a title company in Lincoln, and we were able to negotiate for about 18 months with a title company that believed in the same vision, that Western Placer is really growing and that we needed a presence for a title company here. So we're pretty happy to be here and have Stewart Title. We're going on our 4th year of being here in Lincoln.
So can I ask, how has it been being here? Was that a great move business-wise?
Yeah, it was a wonderful move. Our numbers were relatively almost identical to the same numbers that we were doing in Roseville for another title company. So we actually were able to increase our numbers in year 2 and then moreover in year 3. We had a strategic plan of getting at least Lincoln transactions served. So we were happy to serve, I think it was 88% of our transactions were Sacramento and Placer County, of which 43% were Lincoln addresses of all of our business.
Wow.
So we really have, with our numbers, proven that there is a need for a title and escrow company here in town.
So I think when people hear title and escrow, they automatically think real estate sales, right?
Right,
but
and
that's
not correct.
No. So tell us really what that looks like.
So title and escrow are 2 separate things, and I think people, because in Northern California, in this part of the state, title and escrow is predominantly together. However, it really is a segmented part of business. Title is insuring a transaction, so you need to have an insurance policy in place for every bona fide sale, or you should have an insurance policy in place. You don't have to have it. Mm-hmm. If you do not choose to have an insurance policy in place, you cannot run what's called a preliminary report, which is an offer to insure a transaction. A preliminary report will tell you who the legal owner of record is, that you're actually purchasing the right property, and that legal owner has the right to sell the property to you. With an insurance policy, we would ensure that escrow processes a payoff of a loan on a particular property. So it's always good, if you're not using a real estate professional, to go to your local title company, and they can outline, when you have a for sale by owner transaction, exactly the steps that need to kind of be followed in order to process the sale. But we strongly encourage all individuals to use a licensed professional real estate person to kind of back them, because there's a lot of things that can transpire that could be litigious for all involved if they're not covered properly.
Sure, absolutely.
And then escrow is a different part of it. Escrow is processing. You're just pushing papers and processing. So you read a contract and you make sure that you're a neutral third party and that you adhere to the terms of the contract in a neutral position. So you don't represent a buyer and you don't represent a seller. You don't represent the buyer's agent or the seller's agent or the lender. You represent the continuity of the contract. And it is our job to appropriate debits and credits according to the terms of that contract and draft certain documents. What we do in other states, attorneys do, but I will repeat, we are not attorneys. We cannot give any legal advisement, and we cannot give any tax advisement, but we point you in the right direction as far as escrow officers and what we do to process the transaction.
So tell me, if a homeowner maybe had a question, let's just say, for example, there was a property that maybe was in somebody's family, and then there was some kind of confusion as far as who that property conveyed to. upon that person's death or something like that. Can just anybody call and find out? Can
Yes.
people pick your brain and ask you questions?
Yes, we're here to serve the entire community, whether you have a transaction or not. We can always do research. We are held to certain Senate bills that dictate what title can do. We are able to do searches that we could do for anyone in the public as far as who the owner of record is, copies of all the recorded documents against the property. And we can produce, if anyone were to ask us, a preliminary title report. There is a fee for just producing a preliminary title report. That is an offer to insure a transaction.
Sure.
If you were wanting to sell it or if you were wanting to refinance it. If you are processing the transaction, we don't charge for running the preliminary title report. But if you have questions and it goes above and beyond our ability to direct you in a certain way, we would advise you to talk to an attorney or a tax professional with whatever your desires or goals are for that particular property. But we can definitely research it for you.
Yeah, and I've seen that firsthand. I've seen you guys really do a lot in the community to help people to understand, the way that things are structured and things like that. So it's been great. I mean, yeah, you guys are just awesome.
Thank you.
So can you tell me, can you show us, you guys have actually put together a Welcome to Lincoln kit, which I think is,
Yes.
it's incredible. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And-
We have a predominant amount of the business transactions occurring in Lincoln. We're members of the Chamber of Commerce, but the Chamber I've requested, and they don't really put together a Welcome to Lincoln packet. So we just went around to all of the local businesses, and what we have here is Welcome to Lincoln. And we've just put in different coupons and business cards so that anyone that's moving to Lincoln that has a Lincoln address would receive one of these. We even have a really cute honey paperee. She's over at 12 Bridges. She puts together this little kit, which I just have to show you. It's super, super cute. It just says, welcome home. So it just says, yay, cheers to your new home, and it gets $5 off. So we have a lot of unique businesses here that deserve an opportunity for everyone to go and check out. And I like to kind of shop local and keep my money here in town. It's all about scratching each other's backs. And so we definitely put this together just as an added kind of gift. It's not really a gift, but just love that we're all here. One Lincoln, one love. There we go.
I love it. So, Honey Papery, we're actually going to be doing a Lincoln Live interview with them in the coming weeks. So, Andra, do you remember what the date was on that? Or
February 1st.
February 1st. So next week.
Really, really good. Any type of parties or events that you have, she is one of the most creative people. Just a really good partner in the community. Likes to help out a lot too.
That's awesome. I can't wait to get to know her.
Yeah.
So, do you have any final thoughts? Anything else that you want to talk about?
No, I don't really have any final thoughts, but if ever you're going to try to do anything with a property, just come scratch our brains and play ping pong with us a little bit. Because sometimes, even though we can't give any legal advisement or tax advice, it's always good to talk things out in a very thorough manner so that we can direct you to the appropriate parties to help you in your particular situation. Or, as being the neutral third party, we read more contracts than one real estate agent ever could or one loan officer ever could. We have 30 to 50 transactions a month where we see an enormous amount of situations that we've seen people successfully get themselves through. So we might have something in our 16 plus years of experience that could assist you.
I think it'd be fun to kind of hear, maybe without obviously sharing personal details, maybe a really difficult situation that you guys have been able to get through. And I know that happens on a monthly basis.
Yeah, a lot of the difficulty is when emotions are involved. And believe it or not, if you're having a baby, you're getting married, or you're getting a divorce, or there's a death in the family, whether it's happy, the hill or the valley, there's emotions attached to transactions. And we are very cognitive of that. And when people come in, we have a sign on our wall that says, if sometimes you just need a hug and a cookie. Just having human compassion and serving others through their transactions is kind of our goal. But yeah, I think the best advice I could give, if I give anything from this perspective, is keep human throughout the transaction. Practice love and kindness and humanity through it. That, you know, you think you may not be in that situation, and one day you will be in that situation. And if you can prepare ahead of time, let's say you're even thinking of selling your home, but you're not sure about if your aunt had it in the trust or if it's in this name. The more we can prepare ahead of time, then if it does need legal advisement, you can go to the courts, because the courts are able to direct us on how to clear up things that otherwise we couldn't clear up. So really, get your real estate professional involved early on before you want to list a property for sale. Or if you're out there shopping and you want to buy a house, get involved with your real estate professional and your loan officer. I personally am purchasing a home right now, and man, I had to go back to a court case from 2005, and my daughter's 19, to prove that I don't have to pay support to somebody. So that was a surprise to me, and that is not really any fault of a lender or a real estate professional, but it's our government protecting us, yes, so that every loan could be sold after the fact. So there's a lot of government controls that exist now that weren't in the picture before. Even for people in the industry, we can't avoid it. So just get in touch with somebody as early on as possible is the best advice.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Keela.
Thank you.
Really answered a lot of questions and really shed a lot of light on what it is that you guys do.
Thank you.
And thank you for your service in the community.
Thank you as well. You bring good substance to Lincoln, and Lincoln's a good place. Thank you very much for having me.
Absolutely.
Have a good day.
Bye, guys.